I've got a good one for you today. Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available 2023, the Country Music Edition. Dad, shimmy shimmy, AF. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you've got on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today? To what? To take you to his mansion in the sky. Beast! Oh, you thought it was over? No! She's 32 and her fans still call her Scammer. Beast! Today we're going to talk about Jaclyn Hill. Jaclyn Hill, and she's back at it again. It's Monday, and it's a Jaclyn Hill video. You thought it was a Michaela Nogueira video? I know we're surprised. Michaela, Jaclyn, they act the same way. They do the same things. Their MOs are the same way. Chanel, 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 Chanel. It's all about the money. Anyway, today we're going to talk about Jaclyn Hill and something that she put out a couple days ago. I've actually been trying to film this video for the last couple days, but stuff keeps popping off. I mean, Jeffree Star, his NFL boyfriend, and Jeffree Star inviting Michaela Nogueira out to his yak ranch, and Jeffree Star releasing yet another Jeffree Star, Jaclyn Hill, Manny MUA. Beast! Delta Dawn. I am hyped up today, and I have not had any caffeine whatsoever. This is Peter. Woo! This is Peter Original, okay? So, let's talk. How are you guys doing today? You having a good day? Are you doing okay? You know, I talk about this on my vlog, and I've been saying this at the end of my vlog the last couple days. If you watch my vlog, you know that at the end of my vlog, I say a couple things, right? So let me say this before I get into this video today. I always say, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And, because that's something that a friend of mine says to me. And, I also say, remember these three very important things. 1, you can start your day or your week over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. You'll be changing somebody's day. And then I also say, be kinder to one another, or love one another a little bit more, and most importantly, be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. In the last couple days, I've been talking about, you know, saying that if there's somebody out there and you're having a really rough time, and no matter what you're going through right now, I know, and this is really why I make my funny ha-ha fan flipping videos and all this kind of stuff. You know, yes, I love to share my opinion, and I love to talk about the drama and all that kind of stuff, and it's entertaining to me, and it's fun to watch pop culture, and these are the kind of conversations that I have with my friends when we're talking about the Real Housewives or stuff going on in pop culture or whatever. But past that, you know, the messages, the kind messages that I get from people that say, I've been going through a really, really rough time, and your videos have really helped me, and I really appreciate it, and whatnot. And I just want to say to those people out there, whoever you are, to the one person out there today that is really, really struggling, you're going to get through this, okay? And I know that it doesn't seem like that today. Put one foot in front of the other, as difficult as that is. Do the best that you can do, you know? I think sometimes we just try to push ourselves so hard, but sometimes the best that we can do is just get up and throw on our clothes and eat a meal, you know? So do the best that you can do today, and I promise you, there are brighter days ahead. All right, so let's get into today's video, and that goes to Jaclyn too, okay? Because Jaclyn apparently cannot stop complaining to save her life, and this is what, I think this is on the heels of what I just talked about. Just so if you don't watch my vlog and you don't hear me talk about stories of my life and things that, you know, all that, I think that's partly what is really hard for me. And I need a little lip gloss. In talking about like Jaclyn Hill and some of these other people, is that they have been given these absolutely incredible lives, you know, and okay, don't take any accountability for the mistakes that you've made. All right, let's put that to the side, right? Don't do that. You know, don't keep on pushing all the products that you want to push. Do all this kind of problematic stuff that you do out there, right? But could you at least show some gratitude for this absolutely amazing life that you have been given? You know, Jaclyn Hill is somebody that she is engaged. She's getting married this year. She lives in a gorgeous home. She drives several gorgeous cars. She has clothes, more clothes than anybody would ever need, right? She travels extensively. She's surrounded by family that loves her. And, you know, to me, it's like, and she has a lot of friends that love her as well. And then she's constantly complaining. And you know, to me, that is the true sign of somebody that is not happy with themselves. So to me, that really doesn't have anything to do with what other people are saying and what other people are doing and all that kind of stuff out there. It really has to do with one person's own self-concept of happiness. And, you know, to some degree, I'm not going to say that it makes me sad about Jaclyn Hill anymore, because I feel like she's been given enough opportunities. She's 32 years old. She's a grown woman, okay? You know, she has had enough opportunities that she could find some happiness in her life. And she could find things to be grateful for. There are so many people that I have met in my life that, I mean, I have had so many friends of mine that have worked 2 and 3 jobs, and just to put food on the table for their kids, and at the same time are going to school full time so that they can, you know, further their career for their families, and are doing the best to just get by, and are driving, you know, cars that hardly will make it from one side of town to the other, and they never go to see a movie, and they never go and take themselves out to get, you know, a facial or their nails done or anything like that. And they're doing all of this stuff, and yet when you meet them with such grace and amazement, and they're just so peaceful and so grateful for the lives that they've been given. So yeah, I do have a problem with somebody that has been given so much and lacks such gratitude. I think it's a shit move. I really do. And I think that Jaclyn Hill is somebody that, I don't really want to hear about what a great person she is, and she's so compassionate and she's so kind. She constantly is complaining. Constantly, okay? And this is the other thing that I will offer you to those people that will come over here and say, but Jaclyn's so nice, she's so kind. Okay, of all the times that you hear her complain, which is many, can you guys show me many examples as well of the times that she has come out and thanked her audience, her fans, for buying her products, you know? I mean, even when she came out in this makeup line, Jaclyn Cosmetics, which she said she did all her own, she saved all of her own money, yada, yada, yada. I mean, she never really said anything about, you know, that people gave her the opportunity to do that, you know? And now we find out that that's not even true, you know? So Jaclyn came out several days ago, and she posted this on her Instagram story. Hold on, I gotta get to I have so many receipts in here. Okay, so she posted this on her Instagram story. Here, I will put it up here, right here. And she said, I've totally stopped using Twitter recently because it's just beyond toxic. So I opened up the app just to see what's going on in my mentions since it's been a while, okay? So, I don't know if you guys know this. Let me go to her Twitter really quick. Hold on just a second. I had it all pulled up. Here she is. Jaclyn Hill on 1/14/23, she put goodbye Twitter, okay? It currently has 547 comments, 145 retweets, and 2,432 likes on it, okay? So, and 1.1 million views, or however that looks at, okay? So she said, goodbye, Twitter! Goodbye, cruel world! When in doubt, be grateful you have another fan. And you know what I have to say to Jaclyn Hill saying goodbye to Twitter? Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone? Bye! My friends and I, when we sing that song in the car, we always harmonize that last note. Oh my God, do you love to harmonize? It's so fun, isn't it? But anyway, the other song that makes me think of Jaclyn Hill is You Light Up My Life. Boost! So Jaclyn comes out, right? Okay, so she's complaining about the world, and she's saying that she went over here and I've totally stopped using Twitter recently because it's beyond toxic. Well, I totally agree with her, okay? I think Twitter is the most toxic place in the entire world. I do, okay? I think it is so toxic. Which is why, like, I really only retweet, like, how many days till Christmas and how many days till Halloween. And yesterday, actually, I have to tell you, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. If everybody else is going to be toxic, then I'm going to be toxic too. No, I didn't. But I started, like, I put up some conversation pieces over there. I don't even remember what I said. Well, I was talking about, like, all these beauty influencers, and then I made a video about it, right? Because I'm not going to just come out and put some little Instagram story. If I'm going to put it in a tweet, you better know you're going to get a video about it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I put my money where my mouth is. I don't know about Jaclyn Hill, if she puts her money where her mouth is. I don't think so. Okay, I haven't seen witness to that yet. But I put my money where my mouth is. So if I'm going to say something on a tweet, you better believe you're going to hear it in a video. And then I was talking about like honest reviews and things like that. But I'm going to talk about that in a video later this week. And part of the reason I have to tell you why I don't often like engage and say all these tweets and stuff is because then it starts this huge conversation, right? And it's like, it just becomes a lot. But other than that, like, people were very nice. And, like, I really liked reading the comments and things like that. And it really educated me. A lot of people were saying things in there. You know, I was talking about skincare and things like that. And people were saying, well, when you're watching skincare reviews, it really has to do with, like, your age. And, you know, if you're 50 and you're watching somebody that's 20 or 30 doing a skincare review, then, like, it really doesn't compare. And I was like, you know what? That's a really great point. And there were a lot of things that people were saying in there. So I was so thankful for the education and the Twitter, you know, on the Twitter thing. But many times, like, I go over there and it's just like people complaining left and right and people unhappy with their lives and just being bitter Susans about the world. And listen, I don't have enough time for that in the world, okay? Listen, we only have so many days on this planet. Let's be grateful for the days that we have and be appreciative of that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So she goes in and she says all about this, about how she went over there. She's going to check her Twitter to see what people were saying to her, okay? And then she tweets, or she puts on her Instagram story, this tweet that she finds, okay? To Jaclyn Hill, here, I'll put it up here. Nobody cares at all if you're engaged or not. I definitely do not care at all if you're in engaged, period, okay? Which I thought was interesting that she picked that one tweet response to all of the 567 comments that she's received on this one tweet, right? Okay. So I went over to her Twitter because I was like, surely this can't just be, and don't call me Shirley. I was like, surely this can't just be flooded with people really like coming for Jaclyn and saying, we don't care if you're engaged and we don't care about this and we don't care about that, right? Okay. And in fact, when she first tweeted this out, I went over there because I did make a video about it at that time and talked about it. When I like looked through the thread, and I think I said this on my video, there were a few people on there that were, I mean, quite a few people on there that were like, oh, Jaclyn, I'll miss you. I love you so much. You know, I always support you, queen, blah, 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 blah. But Jaclyn never looks for those comments, right? She never looks for the comments that will support her. She never looks for the fans that love her. And this is my real issue with Jaclyn over a period of time. I mean, even past the gratitude of it all, is that it's like the statement that she came out recently and she said, I mean, this was like 2 months ago, and she said, in over 10 years of being on the internet, the one thing she's learned, okay, is how cruel people can be. I mean, that is not a person that has a blessed perspective. It just isn't. It is a person that lacks absolute gratitude. It is a person that just like has is not thankful for anything that they have been given or even worked hard for, you know? I mean, if you want to say she's worked hard for what she has, she's not even thankful for that. The only thing she notices is how cruel people can be. And I'm sitting there, when I read that comment that she put out there, I was like, girl, I'm telling you right now, those lipsticks, that could have been a complete career ender. You are lucky and blessed that you were able to come back from that, especially when you promise people that you hired 6 scientists at $100,000 and we're going to come back and give them results, and you still to this day have never mentioned that. To this day, okay? So her number one career-ending defining moment, she said what she was going to do to rectify it other than pay people back, which she did, okay? But she said she was going to give people an answer, and we never got an answer about it. And then there's been 5 more scandals on top of that since then. But she always feels like people are bullying her. No, girl, this is what it is, okay? Jaclyn Hill cannot differentiate between being a person over here and being a boss-ass bitch babe, okay? Which is who she wants to be. She wants to go into the office and wear the Chanel purse and wear the black jacket and wear the Chanel jacket and the Chanel hat and the, all that. She wants to be that person that looks the part, you know? It's like Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. Like, Jaclyn Hill wants to be the person that, like, walks into the diner and says, if anybody needs to make a call, I have a phone, you know? And then they order the lunch woman special. I mean, that's who Jaclyn Hill wants to be. But she doesn't really want to do the work of being a CEO. Being a CEO of businesses is addressing issues that come up, right? Appropriately. But she doesn't want to do that. So for Jaclyn, since she apparently went through this long thread of tweets, which I have to tell you, I probably went through, I don't know, 100, 200 comments or tweets that were underneath this goodbye Twitter thing, and I could not, for the life of me, find this one about her engagement. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I don't know how far she had to roll down to find that exact comment. But I want to read to you some of the comments that I did find. Oh, and then she also put up this picture right here that says, damn, it's this picture, I'm not going to include it in here. She said, damn, it's so hard to not laugh at these people, okay? Well, let's talk about the people that she's laughing at, right? So somebody's comment was, until the next goodbye Twitter, until the next product launch. Somebody said, bye-bye. Somebody said, before you leave, care to comment on this? Is this true? And it is Jaclyn Cosmetics, LLC, files for bankruptcy, and it has the state of Delaware and the filing for it and all that kind of stuff, which I think is a fair question, you know? I mean, she's a CEO. Is her business going under, or is she filing for bankruptcy? I mean, what's the deal? Like, I mean, you know what I'm talking about? Like, why are you not talking about, why are you acting like Jaclyn Cosmetics? I mean, she is sitting here continuing to put products out, continuing to put jewelry out, and acting like nothing is going on with Jaclyn Cosmetics. Do you guys not find this a little strange? I mean, do you guys not... She wanted you to invest so much in this makeup brand, okay? She went out of her way to say that she did this all on her own, which we now know, okay, from court documents, is not true. That she lied about that. And people are continuing to excuse the fact that she lied about the fact that she owned completely independently this company, okay? That it wasn't underneath all of these other things. She lied about that. Jaclyn completely lied about that, right? Okay. And now, she hasn't made any kind of statement about this. Now, you guys want to talk about this cozy brand, and people are like, oh, she's making it, people are making a big deal out of that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. People want to talk about how other people are making a big deal out of this cat, whatever. Okay, people want to say this. This is her brand that she got her fans to invest a lot of money in and buy her products, okay? This is what she has built her whole career into, is to have this brand. And she doesn't feel like she needs to come out and make a statement. Oh, is this just makeup again? Is this just makeup? And that's why we don't feel like Jaclyn Hill needs to make a statement. Jaclyn Hill absolutely needs to make a statement. She's the CEO. She should have been making a statement a month ago before it ever got to the point where people were finding public documents about it. And she should have come out and she should have said, hey, you guys, I want you to know that we are restructuring Jaclyn Cosmetics. A lot of stuff's going to come out. I want to address it with my fans first. I want to let you know, okay? But this is the thing. And a lot of people are talking about, oh, good PR moves, and all this kind of stuff about Michaela and Jaclyn, and saying, well, this is a good PR move because if Jaclyn doesn't address this, then people will eventually forget about this. And then if she does address it, it's going to bring more attention to it, okay? Jaclyn's business is going out. I mean, she's restructuring. They're trying to find new, They're trying to find new backers and all this kind of stuff. Whether she addresses it or not, it's going to legitimately affect her business, right? The thing is that by these people not addressing one thing after another, what happens is you have this pileup, you have this bag, okay? It's like Marley's chains in the Christmas Carol. You have these bags that you're carrying with you in these chains, okay, of all of these unaddressed issues. So what happens when the one big issue comes up that you can't back away from and you have to address? And then people are like, well, remember this and remember that and remember this and remember that and remember this and remember that, and you lied about this and you didn't address that and you didn't talk about this and you didn't address that, right? And that's what's going to happen to Jaclyn. And bam, when it happens, her business is over. And her career on YouTube is over. And people, even her diehard fans, are going to look at her and be like, she can't be trusted. She can't be, I mean, already people say that. Already I get so many comments from people that are like, I used to love Jaclyn. I used to be a diehard fan of hers, but I can't trust her anymore. And she lies and she doesn't address her thing. She doesn't handle herself like a businesswoman. She doesn't even handle herself like a YouTuber, okay? So anyway, when you go in here, it's all comments, you guys, about business practice issues, all right? Somebody said, hey girl, how's your own brand, family-owned business, Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics? Somebody said, the Logan Paul of the beauty community is doing what scammers do. They take your money and run. She is running right over to Instagram where she can filter and censor y'all's comments. And that's exactly right. She can't censor and edit the comments on Twitter, so she says, goodbye, Twitter, and she goes over to Instagram where she can censor and edit the comments, you know? Somebody said, leaves, comes back 3 months later. Hey, everyone, I miss you so much. Buy my new product, which is the complete pattern for Jaclyn Hill, right? Somebody said, why show accountability when you could just run, I guess? Somebody said, please address the Cozy situation. I have had a small business since 2013. It's so unimaginable to me that a larger company could steal my hard work and I wouldn't have the money to beat them in court. It's really sick and sad. We really want answers. You know that. Talk. And Jaclyn Hill knows that people want her to address this Cozy situation, okay? This is a big situation. This was a woman's entire career on Instagram. And whether you think that she should have, you know, copyrighted and trademarked this whole situation, and sure, she should have, right? But that being said, for Jaclyn just to not address it at all, when she wants to act like she's a woman empowering other women, or other women, you know, and a businesswoman empowering other business women, and she doesn't address this at all, she basically stomped on the entire career of this Jaclyn Nicholson. And I think it's very, very sad. And then she has the gall to not even, like, address it whatsoever, to act like it just didn't happen. I hope you can sleep okay at night, Jaclyn. I hope that you really can. When you want to call the world bullies and act like everybody is out to get you, when you literally have all of these botched, you know, career moves, and I mean, she came out and said she's never canceled anybody. She just put that out 2 weeks ago. She said, I've never canceled anybody. Girl, you just canceled Jaclyn Nicholson. You just did it. Okay? How are you so delusional when everybody in your comment sections of your videos, which you don't even post anymore, your Instagram story, your Instagram, your Twitter, everywhere, is talking about Jaclyn Nicholson, and I'm sure you're getting tons of DMs. You say you get thousands of DMs that you read daily, and about the cat. You can read thousands of DMs about a cat, but you can't read thousands of DMs about Jaclyn Nicholson and even address it once, but you can address a cat. And by the way, justice for Puss Puss! Delta Dawn. If I get a cat, which I never will because we're so deathly allergic to cats, I am going to name it Dawn. Boost! Forever Dawn. But anyway, I mean, she can't address any of this stuff, right? So when you go through these tweets, I literally went right down. And it was either people saying, bye, 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 bye. Well, I'm going to read you one that was kind of funny because there were so many like this. But it was a lot of people that were asking her to address the bankruptcy. It was a lot of people asking her to address the Cozy brand. It was a lot of people saying, you've never brought out the scientist with these lipsticks. I mean, it was people asking her to address these business things. It wasn't people coming for Jaclyn Hill as a human being and attacking her. It wasn't. It was Jaclyn Hill, the business persona. And I'm sorry, sweetheart, but if you can't handle it, if you can't handle being the CEO of your own business and your own YouTube career, then maybe it's time to hang up the hat and go try something else, okay? Maybe you need to learn how to, like, roll sushi since you love to eat so much of it, and then you need to start your own sushi restaurant because apparently, okay, YouTube and social media is not where it's at. When you're so ungrateful and you aren't thankful for the audience that you still do have that's willing to buy your products that you're still putting out there into the world, and then you don't even want to get honest with them about the things that are going on behind the scenes, and then you act like, oh, another necklace. This is my favorite necklace in the entire world that you should all buy for Valentine's Day. I wear it every day in my Instagram stories, and yet we've never seen a necklace like that in an Instagram story yet. She's a liar. She's a straight up liar. I mean, affiliate links, she'll wear something. This is one of my most killing things, right? And I get so many DMs about this. Jaclyn Hill will wear something in an Instagram story, like a scarf or a coat or something like that, a hoodie, a hat, whatever, you name it. And then she'll link it, affiliate link it, with her code, so she makes money off of it, okay? And y'all don't think she's money hungry, to an item, and she'll say, this is my favorite, whatever, making this up, scarf, okay? And you go over there, and it's similar, it's very, very similar, but it's not the same scarf, and she thinks people are idiots. She thinks people are idiots, and she's literally in there typing in, scarf that looks like Versace scarf, or something like that, right? And it pulls up this scarf, and she's like, oh, I'm going to link it to this, and then everybody will go buy it. It's like, girl, you can't do that. And we don't talk about, you know, dishonest marketing, deceptive marketing. There you go, okay? Not to mention, she still can't disclose appropriately, right? I mean, how many years have we talked about that? So then this was the comment that she got a lot of, and I actually thought this was hilarious. This isn't an airport. No need for announcements. Announcing her departure like we're at an airport. Girl, this ain't no airport. No need to announce your departure. LOL. Hold on a second. Somebody said, this isn't an airport. No need to announce your departure. Twitter isn't an airport. No need to announce your departure. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. But then there were a couple other comments that I thought were interesting. Hold on. Somebody said, she said Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics was found with her money, no investors, but it's not true. It's Morphe. Is that correct? Somebody said, wait. Before you can go, can you drop that Morphe code one last time? Somebody said, girl, bye. I've supported you and stuck up for you for so long, but I can't take your theatrics and belly aching any longer. You seriously need to grow up. You're 31 years old. Not everyone is going to like you, but you betrayed your loyal fans one too many times. Somebody said, can we get a comment on the Cozy situation before you run off? Somebody said, you need to grow up. As a person in the public eye, you are bound to get criticism, and as an adult, you use that to make you better. And I love this statement. I do. You do. I mean, I think that anytime you get critical statements from people, you have to take a look at that and say, is there truth to this? Is there, you know, whatever. But when you're getting one statement over and over and over again, there's got to be some truth in that maybe. And you have to take a look at that and be like, okay, well, maybe this is something that I need to look at, you know, and then look at that with the supportive people. She said she's in therapy. Take that to your therapist and say, hey, a lot of people are bringing these issues to me. What do you think about it, you know? Why announce you are leaving? Just go and come back when you are stronger. This is getting old. The toxic relationship you have with not accepting when SHI doesn't go right and taking full responsibility and fixing issues is so dramatic. This comes with being that boss babe that you always say you are. And I agree with that 100%. Oh, because people called you out on the awful things you have done and they are being mean to you when you bring it on yourself every time. So, those are what people are saying over there on Twitter. Now, I couldn't find that engagement tweet. I'm sure if I looked through all 560 tweets, I would find it in there. But by and large, the tweets are not mean to Jaclyn. They're just questioning her business practices and asking her to comment on these things that she still hasn't commented on, right? And it's crazy to me that her fans that are still sticking by her just allow Jaclyn to get away with this and that she never has to address any of this whatsoever, you know? And yet she still doesn't have to take responsibility for her actions because people just, you know, they're like, okay, we love you, Jaclyn, we love you, we love you, we love you. And, you know, I say this in a lot of my videos and I really truly believe this. It's like, you know, I think when you love somebody so much or you watch them from afar or they've helped you get through a hard time or whatever, which I think is this whole kind of like parasocial relationship that people build with, you know, YouTubers and TikTokers and things like that. And I get it, right? I get it. But then don't you also want the best for them? And wanting the best for them, I think also includes, you know, like challenging them on these things and like holding them accountable for these things and saying, you know, like these are the areas that you need to improve on. And you don't have to be mean about that. You could just say, hey, Jaclyn, can you explain to us why you haven't addressed these certain issues? And I think that goes along with it. I don't know that I think that loving someone and being a fan of them means just excusing away all of their negative behavior. And, you know, and I addressed this, and I said this in a video of mine the other day, and I was talking about, like, Stevie Nicks, and I talked about Roseanne and things like that. You know, I don't know, and I don't think at any period in my life, whether I was 40 or 30 or 20 or whatever, this would have been different for me. I don't know. But, like, if that person had come out, I mean, Roseanne has proven to be extremely problematic, right? I don't have the same love for Roseanne that I did in the past. And in fact, even watching old episodes of her show, which I used to love, I mean, I grew up on that show. I love that show. I love the Halloween episodes. I mean, it's such a homey show for me, right? Like, that show means so much to me. But even watching those old episodes don't feel the same anymore to me. And I just kind of turn them off when they come on because I can't with her, right? You know, and if somebody like Stevie Nicks came out and did something really problematic, or somebody, you know, that I genuinely love as a fan came out and did something really problematic, I think it would be the same thing. I think I'd be like, I can't continue to support this person anymore, you know? I'm not, I don't know. So this whole idea of like supporting somebody at any expense, like I really don't understand. I really don't. It's very confusing to me. It's almost kind of like, I don't get like, I don't get that world. I don't get it. So anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.